Hello everybody, my name is Luis Felipe Mameri. I am a filmmaker and photographer currently based in Atlanta, Georgia. I recently got back from a trip from which I did a lot of photography and a little bit of YouTube work. But for today, what I really wanted to do is talk to you about the equipment that I brought with me. I want to show you the equipment, how I like to use it, and what I think of it all. Okay guys, grab your belt buckle and strap yourself in. Because I'm going to show you what's inside my Pelican slash photo bag. I don't know.
Are you gonna show your bare feet?
No, they're gonna be under the table.
Hey!
Sorry. Should I use my 24 or 50?
If I was there, I could have showed you. I knew exactly what to do.
This is so stupid. All right, let me try that again. Take this seriously. This is serious work we're doing here. Okay, so here is my Pelican. Before we move on, I wanted to shout out Andy Sue for recommending this Pelican to me. The first thing that you see whenever we open it up is my MacBook computer. It's a beast. I really love to work on it. It edits everything very well. This is where I get a lot of my work done. The first camera we're going to talk about is my Bronica SQ. I love to shoot a lot of my portfolio work on medium format 120 film. It shoots a lot of cool square portraits, which is the line of work that I want to go down in my photography career. Essentially, here it is. Very cool. I recommend it. The lens I have on here is a 80mm, which converting it to a 35mm sensor, I guess, it would be like a 24mm? I don't know, I have to brush myself up on those conversions. Anyway, the second camera that I bring with me is the Fuji X100V. I did a video about this camera when I traveled to New York, but essentially here it is. I use this camera not for my portfolio work, but just as a day-to-day capture some moments camera. You know, we live, we make memories. We need to make sure that we immortalize them so we can look back and reflect on who we were, the people we've met. You never know what might happen, and you never know what you might end up taking a photo of. Very epic. Anyhow, also on this little designated section of my Pelican, I also carry around a light meter. This works in conjunction with my Bronica SQ. Here you go. And then if I ever want to produce a YouTube video while I'm traveling, that's when I bring out the Canon EOS R, which is right here. I really like this camera. Of course, there are a lot of shortcomings, very frustrating. For example, whenever you shoot 4K, it crops in a lot. It doesn't shoot 10-bit. I can only shoot 8-bit without a external monitor. And it is my B cam whenever I do more professional work. My A cam being my C200, and then my B cam being my EOS R. In terms of the lens that I pair with my EOS R, here I have my 85mm, but the only reason why it's here is because I usually shoot on my 24-70, which is on my A camera right now. So I just thought I might have this as a placeholder. Oh, another thing that I think is pretty interesting to mention is that I bought this Dream FX filter, which is basically like a 1/4 Pro Mist that I like to put on my cameras. It's on my main camera right now, but it helps soften up the highlights. It makes it less digital, and I dig it. So I make sure to take that wherever I go. Moving on to this part of the Pelican case. This is where I kind of store all my 120 film. So right here we have, I don't know what we have. We have Portra 400, Portra 800. I have this little film bag that I like to use. I think it's very cute. I think it's very cool. I bought this in Hong Kong. It makes a lot of sense to kind of like store all your exposed film in one area in one little bag so there's no confusion. Anyway, here there's more film being stored. Portra 400, my film stock of choice. Ektar 100 because the shop didn't have anything else. On this side of my Pelican case, this is where I carry my tripod. Whenever I want to do, let's say, some long exposure night shots like I did in Vancouver, Canada. There's actually a video about that on my channel, so be sure to take a look at that if you're curious. I also carry around some gaffer tape. There's also my shutter release cable that I bring with me to pair up with my Bronica, just to make sure that if I ever want to shoot some long exposure night shots, I have the option to do that. So this is my carry-on whenever I travel, and so I make sure to pack in my headphones, both for my iPhone and one for the TV in the plane. So that's this one. I'm not sure what they're called, but here you go. If I have the luxury to travel with a second bag, that's where I bring in another lens for my film camera. This is a 150 millimeter, which translates to, I don't know, maybe an 80 millimeter on 35 sensor. So here you go with that. One thing I forgot to include here and show you guys is that I also take the Wireless Go Rode mics. This of course allows me to have good audio with good video. Anyway, this is the equipment that I bring whenever I travel. This is kind of how I section it off. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Maybe you could think it's cool too, or not, I don't know. Yeah, thank you.
And scene.
And scene. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and sticking around. I hope you found this video at least a little bit insightful. More videos about this trip coming up in the near future, so I hope to see you guys there. If you like this video, be sure to leave a comment down telling me about the equipment that you like to use, because I'm very curious to see how other people work. Leave a like and maybe subscribe. I would appreciate that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.